Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Allen. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And running with power here. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
Oh, right on the heels of the pick six, another ball intercepted. And the Colts are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Pierce in motion left.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
From the gun, here's Ellinger. Checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
To throw is Ellinger. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ellinger.
Touchdown!
Alec Pierce.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure, and here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, They threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
First throw now for the backup, Allen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man, Ty Johnson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll run the counter with Murray. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the ready.
On first down, Allen. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
60 Maverick.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40.
Hey, check that. Straight.
They'll give up the gut for Murray. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Allinger to throw on first down. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd down and 4. On play action, Allinger. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Allinger to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Tyrell Dodson in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
31-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Going with a screen for Murray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Allen. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
A final shot before half for Allen. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Pressure gets to him and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. On third down, Murray. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Sam Martin now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Warriors, 70. Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Ellinger. Under pressure, and they got to him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Panther 60, Panther, Mustang 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be taken in by Ashton Doolin. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll run the toss here with Sermon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now Ellinger. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep.
That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Pierce in motion left.
19 tight. 19 tight. Check it.
Now back to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner, but at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Rolling to his right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Up the middle, Murray. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Allen now on first down. Got a man, that's shorter. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, Murray. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Has his man, it's Shakir. So they say we'll let that completed pass stand, and we'll bring up third down instead as they decline it.
So they're comfortable with the yardage. The big thing to them is what you pointed out, getting it to third down and making a play there.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The thing's just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense once again up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get. They turn the ball over.
On 1st and 10, here's Ellinger. Flush to his right. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. On the option to give to Sermon here. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Cowboy Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Ready?
Working out of the shotgun is Ellinger. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter. Dayo Odeyingbo in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles! Buffalo 18!
Allen now looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On third and long, it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Returning it is Moore. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now!
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the fourth quarter. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
3rd and 9 here. To the air, Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Allen. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves. 70 Lions. Go Street.
Pierce in motion left.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Panther 11. Panther 11. 18 Cardinals.
Ellinger to throw on 1st and 10 here. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pierce in motion left. To throw is Ellinger. Escaping the pressure right. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. From the gun, here's Ellinger. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Throwing now is Allen. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
7 Pirates.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Ellinger. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Sermon is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Gay is on for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Colts 40, Bills nothing. for the Colts.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Ready up.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone.